Hey folks, I'm Anthony with Just Another Guy Adventures, and today we're going to talk about a topic that I'm sure is going to really ruffle some feathers. And if you guys couldn't tell from the title, we're talking about that good old 30-06. Now, before all you fuds, that's right, I said the F word, FUD. Before all you fuds, go down in the comments and start commenting about how you've been shooting the 30-06 longer than I've been alive and how you killed more game animals than I got hair on my pecker. Just hear me out, okay? I've got some very valid points that might make you change your mind about this cartridge and move on to the future with the rest of us. Honestly, these gun manufacturers and these cartridge companies, they're really reinventing the wheel if you guys can't figure it out. I mean, seriously, you got Federal who just came out with that awesome 7mm, better not reload for it until we get all our contract money back that we lost from SIG. Oh, I mean that good old Winchester Browning 6.8, we better abandon it. Oh. Neither one of those were positive, were they? Sorry. Okay, I got one cartridge for you guys. How about that good old 6.5 PRC from Hornady? Now that is definitely revolutionary. You got a bullet, a brass case, powder, and a primer. I mean, seriously, they both have a 30-degree shoulder too. So I don't quite understand how you fuds can't get on board with the rest of us and move to the future. I mean, honestly, let's compare these two.
All right, Fuds. Folks, if that intro didn't sell you on getting rid of your old crusty 30-06, this cartridge comparison is definitely going to do it. Now on the left, we've got that modern 6.5 PRC, and on the right, we've got that old long 30-06. Now, as I said before, these both shoot bullets. Imagine that. Now, the 6.5 PRC ranges anywhere from an 85 grain to 160 grain projectile, where the 30-06 is anywhere from 110 grain to 230 plus grain projectiles. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know why all you fuds think you need that much variety of bullet. That seems quite excessive in my opinion. Majority of the loadings of the 6.5 PRC are going to range anywhere from 120 to 140 grain bullet. And I just can't see really what else you need out there, especially living out west in grizzly country. That's about all you need. I mean, I really don't see the hype on the old Fudley 30-06. Now, since we're talking about bears, let's get into another win for the 6.5 PRC, and that's this case dimension. Now, as you can see, that case is a shorter, stouter case versus that long, sleek 30-06. Now, what that means is you're going to get one less in the magazine or in the mag well. So let's say you run into a sow with cub and God forbid you have an issue. That leaves you one warning shot and then 2 cases for each bear. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really miss. So let's say you happen to run into a sow with 2 cubs. Again, don't miss, no big deal, right? Now, I'd hate to see someone run into like a sow like old 399 who typically has 3 cubs, but you know, I'm just gonna use my bare hands like a man. So maybe all you fudge should up your game and just think about using your hand-to-hand combat versus a grizzly bear. Again, such a superior case versus that 30-06. Now with these 2 cases, I don't wanna be like all the rest of these gun comparison guys. So we're gonna compare the 2 with a 150 grain bullet and see how they do on recoil. This 6.5 PRC shooting a 150 grain projectile is roughly going about 28.32 according to Hodgdon. I used the highest powder charge and the velocity that came with it, and that roughly gives this cartridge 21 foot-pounds of recoil. That is going to be so much less than the old 30-06. Now let's take a look at that 30-06. That 30-06 running a 150 grain projectile, you're going roughly, I think it's 3,072 feet per second with less powder, 65 grains, and it's gonna have an astonishing 23 foot-pounds of recoil. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that modern cartridge is just spanking this case. Now, I hate to see the gun shelves after this video comes out because I think it's pretty clear that we have a winner. Okay, Fuds, it's time for you to join the rest of us. Get one of these modern cartridges and get rid of your old Fudley cartridge and rifles.
I hope you guys are enjoying the video up to this point. If you couldn't tell, I'm just being sarcastic and really just joking. I'm really impartial to both these cartridges. I think they're both phenomenal cartridges. And some of those other ones that I was making fun of, I also don't have any issues with those. Personally, though, if I had to choose one, I'm going to go with the 30-06. Like I said, living in grizzly country and having more and more bear attacks every year, I'm just more partial to having that extra cartridge, just my preference. But really, I've got both, and I don't plan on getting rid of either one. I think they're both phenomenal. Now, I could have ran some ballistics against each one of these cartridges, but at the end of the day, that 6.5 PRC is pretty much always going to pull ahead just a little bit. Now, I get it. You could change the bullets up to try and get them closer to each other and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, that 6.5 is just ballistically a little bit better. Not saying there's anything wrong with that 30-06, and especially at hunting ranges, I don't think you can go wrong with either one.
All right, guys. Now, the two cartridges I compared in this video, you probably are wondering why they look so goofy. This is a 6.5 PRC running a 100 grain ELDM, so it's quite a bit shorter. And this is a 30-06 with a big old 215 grain Burger hybrid. And this is probably more of what you're traditionally used to seeing. This is a 6.5 PRC with a 150 grain projectile and a 30-06 with a traditional 150 to 160 grain bullet. Now, like I said, this 6.5 PRC is typically going to outperform the 30-06. When I'm talking about that, I'm mainly talking about in high wind conditions or just a full value wind in about 10 mile an hour or better. I know you guys can swap these bullets out, run 150 versus a 110 grain in the 30-06, and your velocities and drop are going to be about the same. I get that. I don't really care about that with this modern era. All you have to do is adjust the scope in order to get there. But my biggest concern is typically wind, so that's why I'm saying that the 6.5 PRC is just a little bit better ballistically.
All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you would, pull the trigger on that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you guys would leave your best Fudley joke down in the comments, I'd love to hear them. Hopefully, we'll have a bunch of more stuff to come. We're getting into that late hunting season, so I still have some time to get out there. I know things have been a little bit slower on this channel, but if you guys would, check out the sponsor. Gonna have a little video demo for you right here. It's that time of season to start having some fires on the mountain. So thank you guys.